you also now play it together with the piano, I see.
You mean at the same time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you manage that? Because now you have to use your body in two different ways.
Yeah, well, it's something that I started doing for fun as a challenge, and it developed into something I did do a little bit more sometimes. In some concerts, I play like this. Of course, you're much more limited in both instruments because you can only play in one hand with the bandonion and one with the piano, and there's a limit to the amount of movements you can do. But I always try to stretch and stretch and stretch that limit as much as I can. Um, I got a special strap which I put around my leg so that I can hold the bandonion in place. That helps with especially with the control of the air. You know, like what I was saying before. Um, you really need to use the body to control the air, and in this case, you can't because the half of your body is playing the piano. So that's kind of a substitute. When you strap it to your leg, then it's fixed. The mandolin is fixed, and then so you just have to push or pull with one hand, and it makes it a little bit more viable. But it's certainly not easy. But it's lots of fun to do and to try to play some pieces like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think it's because you started learning to play the bandonion on your own, so you had to experiment and you had to teach yourself. Do you think you are that, or that's why you are inclined to challenge it a little bit more, or to try different things, that you have this freedom, or that you develop this courage to sort of do it?
I'm not sure what the
I mean,
question is.
do you
What do you
think
mean?
so? You've now taught yourself because you said for 5 years you had to teach yourself to
Yeah,
play the bandonion,
yeah.
and now because it's difficult to do something when you teach yourself, in the sense that there's no rules, there's nobody to correct you all the time, or
Yeah,
to put boundaries there for you. So
yeah.
do you think this is why you can now say, so, well, I'm going to challenge to see if I can play the
I
piano?
see what you mean. I see what you
Yeah, yeah.
mean. Well, I'm not sure if that's the reason. I remember once I saw many years ago a Bandonionist who also plays the piano very well to do this as like a kind of musical interlude, a musical joke, not joke, but something like really flashy, you know, like a
Oh,
stunt
yeah,
in a
yeah.
concert, just a little piece. And I thought, oh, that's impossible to do. And I don't think, well, I just thought it's impossible. And
Mm.
once I was speaking with a friend who's actually a very famous opera singer whose name is Erwin Schrott, who lives in Vienna, where you live.
Oh, yeah.
And we used to play together quite a lot. We still play together sometimes. And he challenged me one day to do it. He told me, actually right before a concert, he told me, in this concert you're gonna accompany one song, you're gonna accompany me in one song, playing both at the same time. So
Oh,
I said,
really?
okay, okay. And this was a big opera house in Budapest, you know, the opera house there, and it was not, it was an important big concert with lots of people, and I had never tried it before. And I said, okay, so let's do it. And I went, I did it, and I thought, after all, it's possible. So
Yeah,
the limit is in my mind. When I say this is not possible to do, I'm immediately, you know, tagging this as impossible. But I didn't even think it through. And this is one of the many things that I've encountered in my life that are actually just a construction of my own mind to limit
yeah,
myself, to somehow sabotage the possibilities that I might have. And I think this is something that is very common in everybody, like in any profession. You encounter these blocks which you put yourself or somebody else puts in you. Somebody else tells you you can't, or this is, you're not doing this good or whatever, and suddenly you start like diminishing yourself and thinking that it's not possible. But nowadays I'm so open everything is possible, that I just when I get an idea, I try to make it possible, and that's it. Or I make it possible immediately. I don't even try. So that's kind of it became my philosophy after these kind of things, after proving myself that it's possible to play piano and bandoneon at the same time and make it sound nice, because of course you can do it and make it sound awful. So if I can actually do this and make it sound nice, then it's just in my head and my willpower.
Yeah. Well, I always like things to be a little bit more unconventional, you know, like you did it as well. And I think sometimes it's needed, you know, to not just be stuck in a way that everybody else is doing it. So
Mm.
it's wonderful that you are, you know, that you were able to do that.